Hey everyone, and welcome in to another Destiny 2 video. It's been a while, but we're back. In this video, we will be going over my thoughts on the latest Destiny 2 event, the Guardian Games. Ooh. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to drop a like and comment below if you really did enjoy. Let me know so I know to make more of these kinds of videos. If you want to watch more of these kinds of videos, or you just like to hear me complain like a moron, leave a sub. Subbing and subscribing is free, and I'm really trying to hit 100 subs, so I'd be really appreciative if you can subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. Let's get straight into it right now. The Guardian games are very similar to last year's version of the games, but it has been improved upon, I think. I think it has been improved upon. I just realized while reading back over the script that that sentence contradicts itself. Ignore that. There's been improvement to the overall event, including a change from a bounty-based grind to a more quest-based grinding system, with the Laurels buying you new quests, which grant you medals, which is better than the original system, but not by much. It's still basically bounty grinding. It's just the quests are a bit longer and maybe slightly more variant, but even at that, I have not received that many unique quests. A lot of them are just one part, and it's just most of them are just get kills with certain weapon types or abilities. So there is that. It's still technically a bounty grinding system, but at least they've removed the bounties from the bounty grinding system. Well, that doesn't really make sense. The class-based strike system is definitely 100% an improvement. The new modifiers are an interesting change of pace from the base strike experience, but they also come with the issue of it's already easy enough to do strikes as it is. This just makes them 100% easier. They should have ramped the difficulty up, I feel, especially if they're adding the positive modifiers on top of 1100 base power as it is. These strikes are cakewalk. 3 warlocks can fucking fly through a strike in about 2 minutes. So yeah. Right, before I go into detail, I have two sections, two things I really want to talk about in detail. That was my overview of the Guardian games. Two things I want to talk about in detail are the Heir Apparent and its Catalyst, and the Eververse. So before I talk about the negatives, which is, I assume you can all tell it's the Eververse, I want to talk about the Heir Apparent and the Catalyst, which will contain some negatives, but you know, it's more positive overall than the Eververse rant. If you guys watched my last video last year on Guardian games, I'll have it linked below if you guys want to go back and watch that video, or I'll have it in the end card at the end. So if you guys want to watch that video, you can. The option is there. If you watched it last year, you can tell I did not play much of the Guardian games, and because of that, I did not receive the Heir Apparent last year when it came out. And this year, it's available for doing a short 2-part quest, and it is a really fun gun to use. I really enjoy using the Heir Apparent. I enjoyed getting the Heir Apparent, and I enjoyed unlocking the Catalyst. The Catalyst quest is a bit longer, but you can probably do both quests, the Heir Apparent quest and the Catalyst quest, in about 4 hours, and that includes unlocking the Catalyst. All I did was go to Shiro G and just do that about 10 times, and you're sorted. Honestly, it took me about an hour. Less, maybe 30 minutes. The gun's incredibly fun to use, and the Catalyst just makes it better. But this brings me to my thinking process here. Is I had fun getting this gun and the Catalyst because I didn't get it last year. The players that played Guardian games last year got no new gun, and all they got was a Catalyst for a gun they earned last year, while new players got the gun incredibly easy compared to last year, having to grind out the triumphs, and they get the Catalyst as well. I think this is an issue because there's no other real rewards attached to the Guardian games, which I think is an issue they really need to solve going forward with these live events. These live game events have never been great, except for maybe the Dawning back in Destiny 1. That was pretty fun. But other than that, they have not been great. this is another reason, I think, because they don't put enough effort into the reward structure of these events, and I'm going to talk about that right now with the Eververse section. I'm going to be 100% honest here. For anyone that isn't blind, can tell a mile away that the main issue with this event and many of the other events is the Eververse, and I feel like Guardian Games really only exists to bring in that cash flow for Bungie from the Eververse, which had a massive refresh to its inventory, which is something most of the game can't get every season, yet the Eververse has a massive refresh every single season. It really shows where the priorities lie. But in respect to this event, there's two armor sets, one new, one reprised. There's multiple new Sparrows, emotes, exotic ghosts, and shaders. All of this loot is exclusive to the Eververse store, which is an issue if you ask me. Now, before anyone yells or gets mad at me in the comments below, I know all of this is available for Bright Dust, but like the issue is not everyone has a store of Bright Dust. I was able to afford to buy the armor, but that was it. That was the only thing I was able to afford from this event. So I have the cool armor, but now I have nothing else. You know, I can't afford to partake in the event essentially. And I'm sure there's people that have even less Bright Dust than me that can't afford anything from the Eververse. So I don't think that's on. Now, I know Bungie made changes to unlocking Bright Dust and made it more accessible, but I still don't think this is the way to do it, to be honest. I think even if, right, I had a few ideas. Now, I've kind of gone off script here, but instead of getting, throughout the event, right, you can get 1 new Sparrow, 2 shaders, and 3 reissued ghost shells from last year. I feel like it would have been a good idea to throw the new armor set. Now, of course, that wouldn't happen, so I'm going to compromise here and say the old armor set. Throw the old, last year's armor set into the Guardian Games playlist, okay? The Strike playlist, and have them as rare drops from the Strike playlist, so that you can, there's a reason to grind that. And I was thinking that the winning team gets a selection between the new armor, an exotic ship, an exotic ghost shell, or emotes per member of that class. For the winning class, they get to choose an Eververse item that they can get for free, you know, as a reward for completing in the Guardian Games. As of right now, most of the content in this update is in the Eververse, and that's not a good event in my opinion. It's a woeful event, to be honest. In my thoughts, that's just my thoughts. But if Bungie even put half the Eververse, or even a quarter of the Eververse items into the game as rewards for completing triumphs, or just banking medals or completing strikes during this event, it would be a much better event. But they seem to refuse to do that for some reason. The Guardian Games event, while better than last year, is still not a good event, and I don't think it will compare in any way to the proper good events like the Dawning from Rise of Iron, which was the peak in-game event for Destiny. Most of the issues I see coming from this event is Bungie's over-reliance on the Eververse store and the lack of innovation or new ideas within the event. The closing ceremony may change my mind on that, I'm not sure, so if it does, I'll make a second video on that. If it doesn't, I stand by what I said, and I think this event is pointless and it's only used to make money, essentially. I would recommend playing for the Air Parent on its catalyst, though. You can do that in about 4 hours. Thank you for watching. If you liked, leave a comment and like, as I said before, and help me reach 100 subscribers by subscribing. See you guys next time.